Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to find the expression or how to find the value of this expression on the screen given alpha and beta as the roots of this equation. Okay, so the most important thing that you need to understand on such a question, if you've been presented with such a question and if you've been told to find the value of any expression, the most important two parts that you need to know are the sum of two roots. How do you find the sum of two roots alpha and beta, and the product of two roots alpha times beta? So the sum of two roots is found by dividing negative b over a, then the product is found by c over a. So in case you want to know how these came about, you can text me on WhatsApp. I send you a video where I derived these expressions. Okay, so this is okay, so let us now do the question. So before we can do this, I think let us first find this. So negative, we have negative there, and then b, our b, according to this quadratic equation, the coefficient of x squared is called a, the coefficient of x is the one that we call b, and then the coefficient, the constant there is the one that we call c. So our b in this case is negative 4. Then the value of a is simply just the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. So negative times negative 4 will get positive 4 over 1. Then 4 divided by 1, the answer is 4. So c over a, meaning we are dividing the constant, which is 2 there, divided by the value of a there, which is the coefficient of x squared, which is 1. So the solution there will be 2. So now let us simplify this expression. So how do we do the simplifying? We find the common denominator. So the common denominator will be alpha squared and beta squared. And then what you do is you now begin to divide beta squared into alpha beta squared. You get alpha squared times alpha. So we're going to have alpha times alpha squared, and then you say plus. Same applies to this. We're going to have beta times beta squared. When you say alpha squared into this, you remain with beta squared. Beta squared times beta, you get beta squared times, beta times beta squared there. So this expression will be alpha times alpha squared will give us alpha cubed, plus beta times beta squared, you get beta cubed. Everything divided by alpha squared beta squared. So this expression can also be written as let me not say alpha squared beta squared. Let me just write it as alpha beta and then everything in brackets squared. So this can also be written as alpha beta squared. So this part can also be written like that. Okay, so let us quickly now find the solution of the numerator there. Okay, so the numerator there is the sum of two cubes. So the sum of two cubes, we know that it's given by, so if you have alpha cubed plus beta cubed, this can also be written as alpha plus beta in brackets, and then open brackets. This is the sum of two cubes, then you can write this as alpha squared minus alpha beta, then plus beta squared. So sum of two cubes. So this is the easiest way you can do it. So we know to say this one we have, and then alpha plus beta we also have, but do we have alpha squared plus beta squared? It's the one that we need to find, because we know that this can be also rearranged as this alpha plus beta, then we have alpha squared plus beta squared, then minus alpha beta. So now this alpha squared plus beta squared, let us find what we're supposed to put there, because we don't have it. The only part that we have is alpha plus beta. So let us see how we can find that. So this can be gotten from alpha plus beta squared. So when you simplify this expression, this expression can also be written as alpha plus beta times alpha plus beta. So alpha times alpha, you get alpha squared. Alpha times beta, you get alpha beta beta times alpha, you get alpha beta. Beta times beta, you are getting beta squared. So what you need is this part and that part. So this side will still have alpha plus beta squared. So we just want to remain with alpha squared plus beta squared. So this part will give us 2 alpha beta. When you add alpha beta and alpha beta, you're getting 2 alpha beta. So you're going to get alpha plus beta squared is equal to alpha squared. I'm putting this part and this part together, plus beta squared. Then this alpha beta and this alpha beta, when you add them, you're getting 2 alpha beta. So what you need is just to take this part to the other side of the equal sign. You take it this side, so that you just remain with alpha squared plus beta squared, because it's the one that we want, which is just this part. So I'm going to have alpha squared plus beta squared being equal to, so I'm going to get this part, I'll write it there, and then we say minus this part, which will be minus 2 alpha beta. So this method I've used is a bit different from the one that I used the time I met a certain class. I met you tonight. Yeah. So it's quite different because this one is a bit simpler than the one that I used. That one is very long. So where there is where there is alpha, where there is alpha squared plus beta squared, we can replace with this part. So what I mean is that to find, this is supposed to be cubed, to find alpha cubed plus beta cubed, this is going to be equal to alpha plus beta, open brackets. While is this part, I'm going to replace with that part. So I'm going to have alpha plus beta squared and minus 2 alpha beta. But of course, there is also this one here, which is just alpha. Yeah, there's also this one, which is just negative alpha beta. So I'm going to add it this side. So let me do this. So I was just trying to drive something here. So I think I can even erase this part. So we have another negative alpha beta there. So when you simplify this, you are going to have alpha cubed plus beta cubed being equal to alpha plus beta, open and close brackets there. Then you have alpha plus beta squared, and this part will give you negative 3 alpha beta. So that is an expression that we're supposed to find. Let me just put them in brackets. There's a part I'm supposed to put in brackets there. And so this part is supposed to be in brackets. Okay, so if you want, you can multiply this through the brackets so that you have alpha cubed plus beta cubed is equal to, this times that part, you're going to get alpha plus beta. There will be a power 3 this side because you've multiplied this and that. Then this part and that, when you multiply them, you are getting negative 3 alpha beta, open brackets, alpha plus beta. So here it's just a matter of replacing alpha plus beta. I'm going to replace it with 4. Then alpha times beta, I'm going to replace it with 2. So I'm going to have alpha plus beta, I'm putting 4 there, to the power 3, minus 2, while there is minus 3, while there is alpha times beta, I'm going to put 2, then while there is alpha plus beta, I'm putting 4 again. So when you simplify this, you're getting, this one will give you 64 minus 24, which gives us 40. So we can now replace the alpha cubed plus beta cubed, which is the numerator there, with 40. So we're going to say alpha plus alpha over beta squared plus beta over alpha squared is equal to, so what is alpha cubed plus beta cubed? I'm putting 40. I'm putting this expression because this is what we found for this. And then down there where there is alpha squared, alpha plus alpha beta squared, I'm just going to put my alpha beta, which is 2 there. So I'm going to put 2 there, and then of course since it's squared, I'm going to square this part. So this is now just going to be 40 over 4. So the solution will now be equal to 10. So this is supposed to be the answer for such an expression. So the most important thing to do here when you've been given such a question is just to know how you find the sum of two roots and the product of two roots. Yes, so this is just the most important part. Then after that, you just replace the answers that you get there in the simplified version of what you've been given. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. My name is Amted. Shalom, shalom.